Sicko Nation, what is good? A couple things we're going to talk about in this little film review here. There's the longer version is going to be the members only. There's going to be a shorter version that we'll put on the public YouTube. The first thing we're going to talk about is defense, man. The Sixers held Paul George to 18 points. He was a minus 18 from the field. Or he was a minus 18 in the plus-minus department, sorry. He was 7 for 15 from the field. James Harden was held to 12 points on 5 for 13, 0 for 6 from 3. He was a minus 16. And we held Kawhi Leonard in check. Only 20 points, 7 for 16, 1 for 6 from 3. He was a minus 1. Let's talk about some defense, man. First of all, quite fraudulent behavior here from Paul George at the beginning of the game. It's 7-0 here. He has a one-on-one on Buddy Hield, who is not known as a quality one-on-one defender. And, I mean, I got to credit him here. This is good defense. You know, but Paul George being the taller player, I mean, you got to finish that, bro. Did Buddy get him on the arm there? Quite possibly. But, I mean, holy hell, Buddy, you're 6'8". That's terrible. And good defense by Buddy Hield. I did say last night that we got a little bit lucky in the first half where the Clippers were just missing wide open shots. There's an overhelp by Kelly Oubre and Tyrese Maxey leaving Paul George wide open. Kelly does retreat too late. Paul George usually makes this shot. But, you know, the Clippers were missing, man, in and out for us. So thank you, basketball gods. Kenyon Martin playing defensive back there at the bottom of your screen. You know how he does it. This is just a horrendous pass by Paul George. But, you know, we were doing a good job of... what happened? Oh, I clicked forward. We were doing a good job of hounding him and Kawhi Leonard around ball screens. Here he's, you know, a double screen from Harden and Daniel Tice. Maxey, Paul Reed, and Kelly flash out. You know, we're not scared of Daniel Tice rolling to the rim. Paul George tries to make a skip pass right here. I don't know what he tried to do, actually. You see Daniel Tice roll. Good front by Paul Reed where Paul George can't see the roller. Daniel Tice is actually wide open. Good play by Kenyon Martin Jr. right here, kind of staying in between both defenders, you know, not overcommitting to Daniel Tice, leaving Norman Powell wide open. Just play in the middle. Really good nickel defense here by the defensive back and an interception, and we are running. And Tyrese Maxey back to KJ for the slam. Paul George was having some really weak takes in this game, man. I'll tell you that, giving me some Tobias Harris vibes. Kind of bobbles the ball here against Maxey, but he's going to spin, end up on Mo Bamba, who I scream about all the time as being just one of the weakest defenders I've ever seen. And Paul George with another quite fraudulent attempt right here. Good job by Mo Bamba defending it without fouling. He blocked the shot right there, as you can see. Good defense from Mo Bamba. Terrible take from Paul George. And he got the offensive rebound there. If Daryl Morey, if you're planning on going after Paul George this summer and you give this guy a max contract, you are a fraud. You know what? Buddy Hield's not known as a good defender, but you got to credit his effort on the defensive end. You know, there's just an inbound handoff from Zubac back to PG. I think PG is supposed to go around the screen. He thinks Buddy's going to cheat the screen, so he stays behind the screen, but Buddy doesn't cheat the screen. He actually stays right there and gets a hand up. Good defense. Now, Paul George on a fast break here. Good tip ahead by Kawhi Leonard. Paul George thinks, you know, any other time in the NBA here, they're just going to let me dunk this because people don't really play chase down defense in the NBA. So I'm going to take my time here. I'm going to take a nice slow dribble, and I'm just going to get a nice little highlight dunk here. But what he forgot is that Kelly Oubre is not a normal NBA basketball player. He's what you would call a psychopath who wants the smoke 24/7. And he says, an easy dunk in front of my face? I think not. This is my party, and you were not invited. Get that shit out of here. Cancel celebration. Paul George, legs in the air like a 4-year-old that fell off of a scooter. You just gotta love it, bro. Kelly Oubre does not give a shit about you and your stupid wide open dunk. Get that shit out of here. See you next time. Now, Paul George being upset, frustrated, and embarrassed about the block dunk. He's like, all right, now I'm going to take Kelly one-on-one. I'm going to show him who the better player is here, and just shoves him out of his way, gets called for an offensive foul. Haha, joke's on you, Paul George. I talk a lot about drop coverage and how you can just run a ball screen against the Sixers and get a wide open shot. Was not the case in the second half against the Clippers yesterday. Here's another one on Paul George. Maxey brings a double team, but he rotates real quick over to Amir Coffey. You got a screen set by Plumlee. Watch Paul Reed on this play, man. Are we in drop coverage or are we sitting back and waiting? No, we're flashing around the screen, bro. We're bringing another double. Plumlee rolls. We feel comfortable with a double because nobody really cares that much about Plumlee. And you got KJ Martin on the backside if he needs to step up there. But Paul Reed flies around the screen and gets a hand on the pass. Another Paul George turnover. And we're running. More clamps by the Sixers defense here. KJ Martin on Paul George. Paul Reed makes another good double. Comfortable stepping away from Plumlee because nobody's really threatened by him. Plumlee should probably be cutting to the rim right about here, but he doesn't do that. Paul George is like, why didn't you move? And there's another turnover. I was saying on the live stream on playback last night that Mason Plumlee is the reason the Clippers lost this game. I don't know what Zubac did wrong or Daniel Tice, but they went with Plumlee the entire fourth quarter, and he was terrible. Here's another screen and roll by Paul George and Plumlee. Paul tries to get the ball back to him and just throws it out of bounds. We're going to credit the defense here again, I think, by Paul Reed. Yep. Very comfortable stepping away from Plumlee and double teaming. We'll live with whatever happens after that. Maxey was the only weak side help. And Paul George throws it out of bounds. I don't really know what the Clippers were doing last night. They just kind of really seemed like they had no energy and no just fire in what they were doing, which is why, again, I don't have any expectations for them in the playoffs. Watch this take by Kawhi Leonard. He's going to dribble past Kelly Oubre right here. Mo Bamba steps up, but this is just incredibly weak. I mean, what is that, bro? Like, you would want a pump fake here. You would want like another power dribble here and go right at the chest of Mo Bamba or dunk on him. It's Mo Bamba. But he does like a Tobias Harris running hook shot. I absolutely love what the Sixers did defensively last night, man. And this is, again, just clamps, team effort, good communication, guys in the right spots. Here's another double screen setup by the Clippers that the Sixers are absolutely going to destroy just by flashing outside of it. Cameron Payne way outside, gets all the way behind Kawhi Leonard. Now we got a Tobias Harris, Cameron Payne double team. Paul Reed still not worried about the roll, man. He's just going to leave everybody. Now I got an interception and we're running. Not sure about the pass there, but you know what? It worked out. Anytime Paul Reed's dribbling a basketball down the floor, you kind of don't know what's going to happen. We scored. Another instance of the Clippers players being frustrated and resorting to violence. Here's Kawhi Leonard going to throw a nice elbow to the neck area of Tobias Harris. And Tony Brothers says, no, not in my house. That's an offensive foul, sir. You know what? Tobias Harris played really, really good defense in this game. And Mo Bamba did also, man. There was some good fortune involved. You know, shots like this. This is probably about the third or fourth wide open three-pointer that Kawhi Leonard had in this game and just shanked it. You know, you're not always going to get him missing shots like that. So great one-on-one defense from Tyrese Maxey right here on Kawhi Leonard. He's going to get him with a pump fake, little sidestep. Nope. Good job not falling for the pump fakes. Really good contest there without fouling by Tyrese Maxey for another Kawhi Leonard miss. We had these boys in chains, man. Another great defensive possession by KJ Martin here, one-on-one on Kawhi Leonard. Little hand check there, gets away with it. Kawhi's going to get frustrated here, try to flail a little bit to try to get a foul call. I mean, what kind of diva shit is this? KJ straight up and down. Kawhi, instead of just trying to make the shot, is going to do a little a little James Harden move here. The scissor kick foul attempt. He wanted a foul called on that, bro. Where? Where, sir? How about some defense on James Harden, man? James Harden's going to try to catch Tobias Harris sleeping right here and just pull up. Tobias, really good contest there without fouling. Surprised Harden didn't kick a leg out and flop like a fish, but good contest by Tobias Harris and another brick from James Harden. He was 0 for 6 from 3 in the game. Buddy Hield with a good contest on a James Harden step back, fights around the screen. Harden hits him with the back dribble. He gets beat, but he retreats pretty well and gets a hand in Harden's face. Brick. Oh, didn't even hit the rim, dude. It was a fucking air ball. Had to go to Twitter to find this one because it's not on NBA.com because there's a James Harden hide all the bad plays conspiracy theory going on. But Tyrese Maxey, again, this is on a fast break. Buddy Hield, good position because James Harden's really slow. Tyrese Maxey, weak side block. Get that shit out of here, James. Let's go. Let's go. God, do I not miss James Harden being on the Sixers, and it's things like this being the reason. A wide open three that he passes up because he can't catch and shoot. He has to get into a dribble animation. Pump fakes a wide open three. Step back. Brick. I don't know what Harden was doing right here, but good defensive play by Paul Reed. Staying in front of Zubac. Harden should be probably trying to lob this over the top. Instead, he tries to laser it in there, and Paul Reed says, no, sir, give me that. Intercepted! Paul Reed plays good defense here on Harden. Around the screen, the switch. Stays in front of him, forces Harden to try to do some behind-the-head pass here to Zubac that gets stolen by Tyrese Maxey. Another switch on the screen where Paul Reed picks up James Harden. Not too much of a challenge for Paul Reed because James Harden's really slow and can't jump anymore. He's going to try the little lean-in, push-off, foul bait move that he always does here, and Paul Reed blocks the shot. The lady referee here is having none of the bullshit. She says, no, sir, that was not a foul. You didn't really come off the floor. It was a terrible attempt. I'm not giving you a call. And I think there was a jump ball called on that play. Paul Reed's defense in this game was phenomenal. Here he is again switching around the screen, and he's going to block the step-back three by James Harden. Paul Reed again. Mason Plumlee, I think, gets called for an offensive foul here for tackling KJ Martin. Sixers clamps.